We'll start with opening remarks following today's match here against North Carolina.
Yeah, I think we're obviously disappointed with the result. I think a lot of positives coming away from the game, but I think we got off to a bit of a slow start, and that kind of hurt us in the end.
For that, we'll take questions here in the room. I'll start here with Max in the back.
Hey Dan, pleasure to meet you, and obviously it was very apparent that the midfield was really challenged. It seemed like for much of this game, you and Kat seemed to be just kind of almost running basically track sprints for a whole lot of it. North Carolina was playing very aggressive. What did you guys see that was off-putting from what you guys were maybe preparing for, considering this was a 3-week layoff like the rest of the league was obviously having?
Yeah, I mean, credit to North Carolina. I think they're great in the midfield. I think they have very talented midfielders. Manaka, Shinomi, love to get on the ball. And, I mean, it's just tough playing against opponents like that. But I think at the end of the day, coming out in the first half, we just were late to every first and second ball. And I think that's something we discussed at halftime, and we did a lot better in the second half. So it's great to see that improvement. But, again, I think that we came up a bit short and ran out of time at the end.
Do you feel like you attribute that to the 3-week layoff like everybody else in the league, or do you feel like that just comes with just bad execution and bad adjustments at halftime?
Yeah, I think it's just a mentality thing. I think that, obviously we had a bit of a break and we're getting everyone back together, but I think it was just great to see us come back in the second half and show that that's the type of team we can be. We just need to start that from the beginning.
And particularly, last question in the second half, it seemed like you guys' offense seemed to be kind of flowing. Set pieces were basically coming left and right, just no headers basically being put on the ball. What kind of adjustments do you feel like can be made on that front with now officially you guys being back in the flow of one match a week basically at this point, obviously with Friday coming up?
Yeah, I think it's great to see how dangerous we can be. I think that we also just need to take initiative, and someone needs to put the ball in the back of the net. I think we have a lot of talented forwards on our team. I think we just came up a bit short, and at the end of the day, we just need to get ahead on the ball or, be a little bit more scrappy in the box, because we were getting services in great areas. It's just a matter of putting the ball in the back of the net.
Here up front.
And just tough loss for today for today's match. Just want to get your perspective as the veteran in the midfield. Just see how maybe due to the absence of a focal point like Robbie, let's say you've seen her leaving for the injury, was that very hard for the midfield to get up to the ball, to not have a focal point, and maybe now because of Kate staying Kiki up front, was it very hard to get the ball up to them in the first half?
Yeah, I think, Mackenzie's a great player. I think losing her is tough for us. But I also think that we have other great forwards on our team, and I think we have a lot of youth and energy. And I think what's great coming away from this game is that there's a lot of great learning moments, and it's early in the season. So I think that's just something that we're going to have to sit down and look at film, how we can get our press better, how we can get up to the ball quicker, put more pressure on teams so they can't break us down.
And last one for me, I know it's, like you mentioned, it's still very early in the season, but May is the crunch month. Games every 3 days. So what could be a good learning lesson for you as a veteran to show the young players as the rookies? Just brush it off and move on to the next game.
Yeah, it's definitely a grind in this league, and our May is not any joke. So we're very aware of that. But I think what's great about this team is we have a lot of depth, and I think it's just kind of the next one up. We're going to have a lot of rotations throughout these weeks, and everyone has to have kind of short-term memory, and we got to put this one behind us and focus on what's next.
Thank you. We'll close with that one. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Amen.